Hello, Jakarta and the world. This is White Trash Talking. I'm Doug Johnson, and I'll be talking to you about issues relating to Jakarta, the U.S., and the world. As a U.S. citizen now living in Jakarta, I touch on issues relating to the West and the East, the United States and Indonesia, and to the world events in general, because everything is related and interconnected. Okay, in this episode, I would again like to express my feelings about what's happening in Gaza, but to approach it from a different angle. There's so much at stake these days in terms of Gaza's and Israel's survival, as well as the real possibility of a wider regional war, which would be disastrous beyond our ability to imagine. What I want to say comes down to a plea. This is a plea for peace in Gaza. This is a plea for world peace. Please indulge me as I go beyond our normal framework of thought into a metaphysical glimpse of who we really are as human beings and members of a world community. I don't know if this will make sense because I don't think literal language can truly convey my plea. In fact, I think our literal view of reality is blinding us to our deeper identity. What I really need to say requires symbolic poetry, and I'm not a poet, so please bear with me. Who are we? Literally, we are 8 billion physical beings struggling and competing for survival on one of a billion planets in our universe. And literally, others on the planet seem to be our mortal enemies. But the literal realm is only half the story. The literal world comprises only the surface level of a deeper, more profound ocean of symbolic truth, which is largely invisible to us. This is the realm of dreams, the subconscious, and archaic memories of our origin. This is a realm beyond science where only symbolic imagination can take you, giving a glimpse of our underlying unity where literal and symbolic meaning become one. There is only one political problem in our world today, the unification of the human race. Our categorical distinctions of nation, race, color, and ideologies are all created in our minds. These literal divisions, based on illusion, are tears and splits in the fabric of the whole. We see ourselves as separate and distinct, and all too often as better than other groups of people on the planet. Too often, we fight and destroy the other to promote or protect ourselves. But consider that this is all illusion, that there is no such thing as other. This is the deeper symbolic truth. There is no such thing as a single human being, unmixed with other human beings. Humans, too, are both literal and symbolic. They are both concrete yet abstract, particular yet universal. A person, for example, is a physical entity that is singular and countable. Yet a person's characteristics are abstract and capable of occurring in many places simultaneously. An individual, furthermore, cannot be identified apart from his background, and his existence is defined by the existence of community networks that shape and mold him, making him part of a whole. In fact, an individual is symbolically universal. Norman O. Brown writes, quote, "Each personality is a world in himself, a company of many. We are members one of another," end quote. Brown continues, quote, "There is one psyche, one consciousness, one eternal body of humankind. Our external enemies are dangerous parts of ourselves projected outward," end quote. Thus, to neglect others is to compartmentalize. To exploit others is to deceive ourselves. To kill others is to commit suicide. All result from mistaken identity. The other is us. Brown adds, quote, "Everything is symbolic. Everything is holy. The many are made one when the totality is in every part," end quote. Today we see Israel trying to destroy Hamas and willing to destroy all of Gaza in the process. Like never before, we are witnessing an act of genocide through an endless barrage of horrific images. The world can see Israel's blind rage and their unwillingness to acknowledge Palestinians' humanity, resulting in their own self-destruction. Every bomb that Israelis drop symbolically falls on themselves. Every bullet they shoot, every Palestinian home, school, and hospital they destroy, and every innocent child they kill will further bury their own humanity and any hope of well-being. They are killing themselves. We empathize with Gazans because we see ourselves in them. We are all Gazans. They are us. We try to imagine what they must be feeling, and our hearts go out to them. In fact, we share the same heart. We feel the streets to express our unity. What Israel does to Gazans, they do to us, to the world, and to themselves. We need to cultivate and perpetuate this new emergent consciousness of unity. We can never let this happen again. We must transcend our purely literal view of the world and give more space for symbolism, which makes connections rather than separations. Meditation and prayer could be the way, as could reflecting in silence on the deeper meaning of our life. If you are a fighter jet pilot ordered to drop a bomb, don't do it. If you are a soldier ordered to blow up a hospital full of sick children, say no. Our division is illusory. Our unity is real. I worked for 3 years in Jenin, Palestine, a place that I love, and I visited Israel frequently and loved the people and the experience there. I care about Israel and don't want them to destroy Palestine and destroy themselves in the process. Thank you. This has been White Trash Talking. I'm Doug Johnson. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.